All right, hi, this is Attican, and welcome to part 2 of Roe Empire 2 Scenario 14. Now, in the first part, we got off to a really good start. We set up a very strong 3-city cluster: Næstved, Copenhagen, and Halmstad. As you can see here, we've just gotten to 40,000, so we've opened up our second industry slot in Copenhagen and our second industry slot in Næstved. And we've got over here, we've got Halmstad is at 34, so it won't be too long till we'll be getting another slot there. Now, the plan, of course, let's look at our tasks. We have to deliver liquor to Copenhagen and construct a university in Copenhagen. That means grow Copenhagen so it'll want the liquor and grow it so it'll be big enough at 90K to take a university. And we can knock those off. And if we look ahead a little bit, we've got to keep growing this Zealand and Funen region, which is Copenhagen and Næstved. And we're doing a good job on that already. But we're going to have to make it better and better and better. It's going to get tougher, by the way. It's because here's what's happening now. Right now, we're getting this like 2-tick growth. We're at 95.4%. But you can see that most of the things that it wants, this stuff doesn't even want fruit yet. But here's where it gets interesting. When we get into this stuff here, these manufactured goods, and we don't really have slots to put them all in, right? You can't do a 3-city cluster with all the manufacturing slots. And you could do a good one with 9 different ones, but we'd have to wait for them all to grow and all that good stuff. So we got to figure out what's going to be our strategy for getting more industry slots. Now, one of the things I'm looking at is this. If we look at like Næstved, see that? It's got meat just hanging out, doing nothing, right? It's got meat that it could share somewhere else. And what level is the meat industry right now? We don't own it. Let's see where it is. It's just a level 2, and it's got extra. Now, did we buy? We haven't yet. Down here in Harrisburg, well, we'll get to that in a minute. I'm trying to decide what to do next. Okay, so I think first of all, the first thing we want is we definitely want a liquor industry in Næstved because we have to deliver to Copenhagen. So if we put the liquor in Copenhagen, it would satisfy that requirement. We'd have to deliver it there. So we're going to put liquor here. Then what I want to do is if we look at these, we got to keep these growing. We're going to put the clothing, that'll be the next one that comes up, in Halmstad because that's where the cloth is. We won't need trains to transport the cloth to the clothing. We'll still need to move cloth through the system for the other cities, but we won't need cloth for the clothing. And by the way, I just want to make a note. I'm still struggling with my voice, and what I'm doing, I'm trying to improve, for me, the fun to work ratio on these videos. I really enjoy playing the game. I really enjoy sharing my thoughts with you guys. I truly do. I really enjoy hearing your feedback and reading your comments and all that stuff. That's great. What I do not enjoy is editing the videos. It is a tremendous amount of work. And when I was doing the voiceovers with those hard to work with voice actors, work is ridiculous. So what I want to do is kind of make it just a little more fun for me. So what that means is what I'm going to try to do when I edit these videos, instead of meticulously listening to every second of it again and editing it carefully to make sure that, I'm not coughing, to make sure that I'm not clearing my throat, to make sure that there's not a background noise or whatever, I'm just going to do a kind of a quick scan edit and look for the obvious places where noises occur. So I'm going to apologize in advance this one time only for all the rest of my videos. You may occasionally hear me clear my throat. You may hear me cough occasionally. I do apologize. Forgive me. I can't help it. It just is what it is, and I don't want to spend the rest of my life looking at a video editor when I could be playing games, talking to you, having a good time, right? So that's said and done. All right, so I'm warning you in advance, this next editing job on this is going to be a quick edit to take out the obvious things, and that's it. And hopefully that'll be good enough for you. And if it didn't, don't watch them. That'll work. Okay, so, all right, back to this. Liquor, and I think, we're talking about this. Well, I want to put planks here because we're going to have clothes in Halmstad, liquor in Næstved, Planks in Copenhagen. That's the next three we need. We need to keep these cities growing, right? And then we'll think about the dairy. And then if we look at our task list, we're going to have tools coming up. Now, I think what we're going to do with the tools is these are going to grow pretty quickly. If we can keep pumping stuff in here, these will grow quickly. And we can get up to 90K here and 90K here and put steel here and tools here. And we'll have the steel and planks going over here to the tools, and the tools consumed here, and then make sure we have enough to get them back over here as well to get that task done. So that's how we're going to approach the tools, right? Just keep growing quickly. But the oddball here is the confectionery. Now, if we look at this, we got 9 industry slots in this 3-city cluster. There are 19 industries that we really want to be producing and pumping really all over, but especially to Copenhagen, right, to keep it growing. And that's too many for 9. So we're going to need another 3-city cluster. That would give us 18 slots, and we'd have 1 left over. I think we're going to treat certainly one left over is going to be Hamburg over here, and maybe Schwerin as well. And we're going to do this. What we're going to do is we're going to purchase the meat here and purchase the beer here. And let me just see, how bad is that going to be? Yeah, see, it's not ridiculously expensive here. Should be even less so here because they're not even connected to anything. Yeah, about the same. All right, so we're not running true freight here to help them grow, right? Other than this little fruit thing here. So what we'll do is take the overage from these 3, the extra cloth, extra beer, extra meat, ship it to Hamburg, blow up the meat in Hamburg and replace it with a confectionery, and let that start making our need for confections. And then the sweets will kick in at 110,000. I think we're going to get there relatively quickly. We're going to do everything we can to get there quickly. But I think what we'll really want to do is try to get Hamburg leveled up to level 2. And I think we can do that through a combination of bringing meat beer cloth from up here, and then bringing some wood in, some grain, some sugar, some fruit, if it needs fruit, and just grow Hamburg up to level 2. Then we can level it up. And that way, that'll give us a level 2 industry, which would be a 14 storage space. Then if we could do that same thing for Schwerin, then we would have our 28 and we could get that task done. So let's plan on doing that for it. And then the rest of them, let's plan on having a 3-city cluster. But I think now we have another decision to make. Okay, so I apologize. I took a little break, so I got to think for a second. I believe where I was headed with all this was that we can, the question is, how far can you push this idea of pushing out your excess, right? If I've got excess good manufactured goods here, like the meat and the beer and the cloth, how far can I push that before I start breaking up, messing things up here in the 3-city cluster, right? And I don't have a good answer. I did take a look. I think a level 5 liquor produces 8, right? So we could get 8 liquor. Well, according to my guesstimates, if we had 520,000 cities, they're going to need about, I believe it's going to be around 2 liquor apiece, which would be 10. And I believe that, I take that back. It's about 1. It's about a little over 1. So it'd be 5. And then Copenhagen, I think at 500,000 will need about 5 more. So we're going to need 10 liquor. We're only going to be able to make 8 that way. But that might work. We'll see about that. But I guess what I'm saying is I don't think we can do the quite literal, let's buy these 3 industries, knock them down, and replace them with paper and newspapers and whatever. I think we want to set up a 3-city cluster up here, Gothenburg, Jönköping, and Vimmerby, because we've got a beautiful meat, cloth, and beer setup here. Or we could do, this could be the beer. It could be meat, cloth, beer, like that, in a triangle. That's fine. That would work. Actually, we could do that without buying access out here, but I want access out here because I think we're going to need salt pretty soon. But anyway, so I think we're going to build another 3-city cluster, but I think we're only going to be able to count on it for 2, 4, 6 more of our manufactured goods, right? Now we could absolutely send lines from here into here and trade what we're making here for what we're making up here, right? That would work just fine. I can see that happening just fine. As we level these up, we'll be able to make enough. All right, so I think our next order of business is really to get the liquor going, and that means we need to get out here and get access to this fruit. And that means we need 400,000 to do that. And I would really prefer to have that fruit rolling in on a relatively short line, like right through here, maybe even there. We'll see. We'll see what looks best. I'd like to have another bridge here rather than running all the way down here and all the way up. Okay. So after all that, what we've come down to is let's save money, make sure we get this industry. Let's save money, make sure we get this industry. Then let's open this up and blah, blah, blah. And let's go here and look at, I keep forgetting to look. 1.1 million, a little over $1 million is what we can do in a bond to get another one. So we would have to close this bond in order to get another bond. So let's just, how much money are we making? $591, that's mediocre. I love that though. I do love that. Oh, speaking of that, right here, one thing I do not like is that the grain comes down like this, the wood comes in like this, the milk comes in like this, and they all kind of meet right here and try to go both ways. I would like to take the grain, and run it in more of a kind of a, if I can get it to link up with the track here. Come on, buddy, it's not that hard. There you go. There you go. Let's just run it up here and run it into. Why would it do that? That is weird. Now, is that coming off the right one? Oh, I see. We've deleted this whole thing. This actually needs to be coming off of. Let's try this again. It actually needs to come off of right here, right? Because this is the right hand. Boy, that's temperamental. Look at that. There, finally got it to click in. Now let's go over here. Man, you're being fussy. What in the world? This isn't that complicated. Well, maybe it's telling me something. Just go straight. Yeah, just do that. Go here. Come back in. And let's stay with our 2 wide gridirons because they are very quick. And let's go like that and give them a supply tower. And now our grain will reroute and start making that direct line and get out of the way of the wood and the milk. And that should make this run a little more smoothly. And the big thing is, because this is a beer producer, it's already, what level is it? It's a level 2 now, and it'll end up probably being a level 5. And we're going to stress it even more here in a minute. So we want to make sure we have the grain coming in there. Let's just look while we're at it. Copenhagen grain needs 2.4. Yeah, one train actually can handle that pretty easily for right now. Maybe not necessarily in the future, but for right now, just fine. Okay, so that should work for that. All right, let this thing run. And we'll get our industry here in Misfit. want is a liquor industry for 612,000, and we can just put it out here and kind of extend the footprint of Nesford, the buildable footprint. Okay, there's one down, and I want to make sure we don't lose this spot. So this is going to be, what did we say? Planks. Oh, something else just dawned on me. I don't know why this just popped in my head, but look at this. We don't have an immigration office there. That's horrible, horrible. And planks and go. There we go. Then we've got a sawmill there. Let's look at research. I think we're to here. Revenue from mail bags, I'll just take it. I'm not going to think too hard. That's a great one. Amount of packages would be great. I think we'll do packages, and then we'll do... I'd like to get out here, so we'll have to get this one and that one. Let's do a 200, then a 300, then a 200, and a 100 here. Lovely. And out here, definitely want that. Yeah. Okay. All right. And let's just make sure we have grown 14.3. We're beautiful. All right, we can issue another bond. Okay, so let's go here. Buy access. Let's buy this, and let's look into how we're going to ship over here. We might be able to go out here and across that. We might be able to go down here and across here. Let's just find out. Let's see what it looks like. If we put a station right here, kind of gives us both options. So let's go out. What if we went like this? Caught that little island there and came across here and up. And parallel to this track and into that station. Wow. Let's look at plan 2. If we come out the other way, we come down here to this, to here, to here. Wow. Okay, we have a winner. 664. I like that better than 1 point whatever million that was. And that will hook in to that freight station right there. And then what we can do, yeah. Looking ahead to how we're going to run freight down here as well. There, that works. And let's double track that. You can see how cheap the second set of track is. Okay, and then we can say, actually we want 3 out here, don't we? Okay, and we'll build a shunt line like that. Another shunt line like that. Nope, apparently not. And set signal going toward the station, 1 coming out. Signals. Let's give it an extra supply tower on this side. And give it repairs. All right, now let's do an extra line just to make sure we're getting sugar. Let's go here to here out of track 2, which is our prioritizing the sugar out of track 2, which is kind of our nest bed platform. When you come back, I want you to use that shunt line. Okay, that'll give us a little more sugar delivery, and now we need to get our fruit delivery from here to here. And we want to, let's see, we'll start with track 2, running full, and coming back on that shunt line. 17 days, let's just throw 2 trains on it. Okay, we're obviously missing switches up here at this end. Right up here. There we go. Okay, that's the one. Now we can, no reason we can't run fruit to Copenhagen out of track 1 using that shunt line. And there's no reason we can't run fruit to Halmstad out of track 3 running full using that shunt line. That's interesting. Oh, no action. That's okay. That just means that Halmstad doesn't need fruit yet. Notice that. Halmstad doesn't need fruit yet. That's okay. We'll have it ready as soon as they are ready. So that means that our demand for fruit right now is 1 here and a half here, about 1.5. We'd like to have at least 2. So we're going to take this and make it a level 2 anyway. So let's save up for that. Okay, now we'd like to level this up, at least like to level 3, because you're going to start running into liquor consumption here before you can even ship it out to there. And the next thing we really need, though, is to fill that industry slot right there. So let's save our money again and put the clothing here in Halmstad. So we're going to need 522 to get that done. All right. Research, we're waiting on a 2. Okay, I think, is that right? Yes. Notice this is only level 1. We're going to come back to that. Right now, the one thing we need to get done is get clothing in here and make sure that happens. It could happen. I mean, that we could roll the dice and hope the computer is smart enough to put clothing in there, but we're not going to take that chance. Plus, we need some businesses. We are at 5 out of 20. Yeah, we need to own a bunch of businesses. Anyway, all right, so let's go factories, clothing, right there. Clothing factory in Homestead. Okay, good. Now, I think first order of business, well, shoot, this is a shame. There's so many things that need to be done. I'd really like to expand a little bit too and improve our income. Because our income, yeah, see, it actually went down a little bit. Now, why is that? We've got, I think we've got non-profitable businesses. We just don't, they'll be profitable, but they suck right now. So I have this kind of idea. Our little motto will be expand and contract. Now, expand means increase your footprint, get your passenger lines going, get your revenue increased, right? And contract, I'm using contract not in the sense of get smaller, but in the sense of fulfill a contract or do contract work, or in this case, go to our tasks. So it could be, you could think of it as expand and task, but I'm thinking expand and contract because that's just got a nice sound to it. All right, so let's expand a little bit. Let's go ahead and spend our next few dollars getting some more revenue generators. So we're going to go to Schwerin, and I'm going to double track this. Am I? I am. We'll double track this. Now there's a restaurant and a post office in Hamburg. Don't ask me how I remember that, but I do. And so we're going to put repairs and a post office in Schwerin. And then we're going to run an express train between them, between here and here. 6 days, probably for now, just run one. Okay. Then we're going to go out here to Stettin. There we go. And go ahead and hook them in. Nope, that would be that one. Okay, and we'll double track this. Switches, supply tower, this. Oh, I'd like to have that for 168, but I think we'll get it cheaper later. Well, it may not be cheaper, but it might be a better time to buy it later. All right. Here in Stettin, we can have, we did maintenance earlier. We can do restaurant and post office. We can originate out of here to here, express, 1, 2, 13 days, we'll put a couple of trains on it. Okay, and let's do one more expansion, then we'll get back to, we'll do our expand and then we'll do contract. Okay, so we'll do Coslin to Stettin. Okay, we gained a little ground that quarter. What's our income look like now? Oh yes, much better. Okay. Oh, we've already done 4 loads of liquor and we haven't even expanded this yet. Oh, good. Good. Now this has just hit 60. Nesfed has hit 60. Liquor. Yeah, see, it's going to start consuming its own liquor now. So we have to get more liquor going to Copenhagen. We have to expand this. We don't have any choice, and we need to get this the clothing expanded and the planks expanded as well. But let's finish off this one last expansion because it really helps. We got our 2 stars. Let's get our more packages, and our next one we'll save for is this 300 here, which will just open up our ability to get out here for maintenance time and here for reliability, and then out this way. Okay. So I don't remember where we are. Yeah, we're trying to build the second set of tracks. All right, and okay. Now this one was restaurant post office, so this one's going to need to be. I mean, we could run a train that occasionally goes to Schwerin, and then you'd only need 1 maintenance, but I just don't like those. All right, I'm stubborn. We'll stick with what I do, which is going to be maintenance out here and a post office, and then we're going to go here to here, express. 10 days. We're going to do 1 for now, and we're going to add another one in here in a minute when we have some time. Now, what in the world? Oh, that's nice. That's nice. A connection bonus to Colding doesn't hurt a thing. I kind of like to have. I'd like to get this Hamburg to Colding, but I bet you we could get a lot of traffic out of either Nesved or Copenhagen. How many people want to go to Colding? 21. So you look at this, 77 per week want to go to Nesved. Nice. And whoops. Colding 21, it's the same, 601, half a dozen. So the question is, which one gives you the most? Now we could tie it into the passenger line, but I think what we're going to do here is tie it into this freight line over here. We'll make a new track like this. And we'll come out like so. And this freight station, let's see, what do we have on it? We have maintenance and that's it. Why don't we give it a post office? And then we can go out here to Colding. Now I'm still going to run Colding, I think, oriented this way. Okay. And run it. Let's come out kind of straight for a bit and then come down like this. I'll tell you what, we're just going, no. Don't like this. Don't like this at all. That will do. That will do. All right. We'll need repairs here. We don't have them in Copenhagen. We'll want a post office, and we'll go Colding to, the only one it actually connects to is this, which is fine. We could put track to move it over, but I'm fine with it just going in there. Express line with the Pacific. 15 days, and we'll run at least a couple of trains on it. Get one started and make sure we get signals. There we go. Bump it up to 2 trains, and we should get a nice bonus for that, so that track kind of paid for itself. That line paid for itself. Nice. Okay, now back here. Yeah, we haven't made any more progress because Nesfit is now eating its own liquor, drinking its own liquor, so to speak. So we want to have this thing bumped up another level for sure, probably 2. Let's look at the money again. We're up to 21 million and 2.1. We could close out 2.2. We could probably close out this one and then grow a little bit and have another bond, but I think we'll just hang on. We'll just collect money. What's our income now? 1.2 million, getting better. A little bit of delays, but not much. And would like to have it level 3 because that's kind of what we planned on. That's a lot of money. Let's stick with, let's just see. At level 2, Nesfed is creating distillery. 1.6. The city itself is consuming, it says 0.7. So 0.9 would be free to go over here, right? And they need 0.7, so that's actually a match. I mean, I'd like to overproduce and get a bigger load going in there, but that's fine because I really want these other things to be good as well. I want this. I mean, we need everything. Fashion industry, we need to bump it up. We're gonna bump it up a level for sure, and then we're gonna bump up the planks a level. Then we're going to look at, are we delivering this at all? We're just letting that go over land. That's no good. I mean, it's not bad, but it's obviously working right now, but why don't we get paid for that? Let's see. Let's go right here. We don't really care about that slope because that's when we come back empty. We do care about that slope though. How about right there? That looks good. And we can double track it just to make sure we can get it out of there, off the line nicely. This. Give signals, give it a supply tower, and give it a train running in here. There we go, get paid for that. And then yeah, we're making some progress now on that. And we've got Copenhagen is up to 75,000. Decent demand. Now let's oh, okay, corn. Look at that. As important as all these manufactured goods are and these extras up here, the bases are the really important. We've got to have those. So corn is not sufficient coming in here. So if we look at corn, we need 1.5, 3, 4. We need about 5. We're only making 1.2 out of here, so this needs to come up a lot. It needs to be up here. We need about 1.2 million to do that. 22.2 million. Yeah, let's close that bond right there. 1.3 million. Let's close that bond and get a bigger bond. Uh-oh, what's going on here? All right, I'm missing signals somewhere. These guys would not be waiting. Yeah, there we go. Oh, the other thing I wanted to check is right here, this line is making us 52,000 a week. It's got one train on it. And if we look at that train, this is something I learned from Viper, not to be confused with Viper Vigo. But Viper says one of the things he does is he looks at his train and he clicks this, the balance. And this tells you, I've never used this until he said that. This tells you the balance for that particular train, right? So if you look at this train, it was 50% used, so it's not filling up. And it's making about 16,000 a week itself. All the trains on the line, well, this is it. That's this train, right? So that's a little weird. All trains of the rail line per week 18,000, but this says they're making 52,000. That's average per week. Okay, so they're doing obviously much better than that. Now let's look at the other passenger right here. Now they're making 61,000 with 2 trains. If we look at that particular train, it made 30 grand. 57% utilization. That means it's not really being totally used. Okay, so we don't necessarily need another train on the line yet. It's another way to kind of tell. Do you need another train, or are you fully utilizing it? So see, 36%, so we definitely don't need more there, probably. I mean, more trains help you make sure you don't lose passengers who get impatient. why you want to have decent, but we don't have enough data there to even tell. That one's was stalled. Shame on me. This line here, the one train we have is barely utilized, so we could probably stay with one for now. Okay, they've hit 60,000. And just curiosity, what's this guy doing? Colding's making us 29,000 a week. Lovely. Beautiful, beautiful. Okay. What do we want to do next? I'd like to have these three industries go up to level 3. Now, is he getting sugar? Yes. Is he getting fruit? Yes. Okay, let's go distilleries, level 3, 1.3. Oh, we were going to save. We're going to do corn. I'm sorry, corn.
Not bad at all.
Now we
In
finished.
the city,
Let's finish.
they appreciate our
Yeah, we
special
finished the
delivery.
liquor.
If you know.
Okay, good for us. We really need that corn, so we need some money. Okay, now that look at that gain quarter over quarter. And I suspect our passenger revenue went up 600,000. Our mail revenue went up 500,000. Our freight revenue barely increased, but we've got those new passenger lines opened up. That really helps. We're going to keep doing that. We're going to rinse and repeat that expand and contract idea. Now let me go over here to research. Can we do this without this? It looks like we can. Yeah, I thought we had to have I guess we just had to have this to go on. That doesn't make sense. Unless this opens. I don't know how are we able to do that without having this one? Somebody put in the comments how that works. Training. We'll do this one for 100 next. Okay. And bond wise, I always forget. When you click it, hit your value first. All right, 2.3 million is the biggest we want to have open. 1.8, 2.2. We still need to close this one. 1.4 million. Okay. Let's gather a little more money, close it, and open a bigger one. Then we'll do the corn thing, which will help us a lot. Okay. If we close this bond, now we open up another bond. There we go. Now we got some money. Now we want to expand this one twice. There we go. Up to level 3. And then we want to make sure that our routes are fast enough. This one is 16 days, which would be about a consumption of 3 to 4. And what's your corn consumption? It's 1.6. So we don't need more trains. We just need more corn being farmed. That's all. All right, so that should fix the corn issue. Now, what else you got going on, Copenhagen? You've got lovely. They could use salt. Okay, there's salt right up here. Let's get access to Småland. Let's buy this salt right here. There we go. And let's run salt to our 3 cities. And we can come in like right through this freight, I think. And are we seeing any kind? And I know what else I wanted to do. This is another Viper comment about, hey, bypasses work now. Use them. I agree. So we're going to go here. We're going to connect here. We're going to run kind of right. Nope. We're going to connect. All right, I changed the plan. I'll tell you what we are going to do right now. We're going to wrap this one up. So, what did we do? We got our liquor task done. We placed liquor and planks and clothing in our main 3-city cluster. We expanded and improved our economy by setting up some more passenger mail lines here, Colding, and out through here. We didn't get anything done with the confectionery as planned, and a beautiful scenario because there's just so much going on, and you just have to decide what is more important to me right now. And when you get into these businesses and upgrading them, it costs a fortune. It really does. So next episode, we'll look into getting the salt set up, and then we're going to really look hard at getting out here and getting a 3-city cluster going. Gothenburg, Jönköping, Vimmerby. You could probably argue we should already have that. And you might even ask, well, why don't you just do it down here? Because down here, there's no milk close by. There's no milk down here at all. You know, we're going to have to get another milk source, we have to go way up here to get it, or double up on this one, which possibly could work. So, let's see, wood, grain, and corn. There's no corn. What we'd have to do probably is double up with this one, run it down there somehow, and then use this corn and augment the, you know, it's just, it's not there. Now, the place to build, in my opinion, is up here in the north because you got everything, all your natural resources, all your raw materials. We got fruit, we got milk, we got corn, we got lumber, we've got sugar, right? We've got the cattle and the wool, veggies. We got, you know, we got it. You need it, we got it. So we can definitely do a strong 3-city cluster up to the north, maybe even a couple of them. We could certainly do like Gothenburg, Jönköping, Vimmerby. We could even think about Stockholm, Västerås, and we really need a beer. It's a long way off. Let's just go for this one next. Or in fact, I take that back. Let's do Karlskrona, Jönköping, Gothenburg. And then if we want to do another one, we can do Vimmerby, Stockholm, and Västerås, and that little triangle would have the meat, the cloth, the beer, and here we'd have the meat, the cloth, the beer. So this will be our next one right here in the next episode. So I thoroughly enjoyed playing this. I hope you're enjoying it as well. I hope you saw something here that will help you become a better player. I hope you'll like, comment, and subscribe, and join us for our next Railway Empire 2 video. Thank you.